Rumors, is Taylor Swift pregnant? Chiefs fans are losing their minds over one viral photo with Travis Kelce, and it's all anyone's talking about right now. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Could there be more to this story than just rumors? And that's not all. We've got major football updates too. Dallas Cowboys offensive line is facing its biggest challenge yet, and Doug Peterson's future as the Jaguars head coach is hanging by a thread. Celebrity gossip, NFL drama, and high-stakes football, it's all coming up. Let's talk about the rumor that set the internet on fire. Is Taylor Swift pregnant? It all started with this one photo, Swift and Kelce, together after a Chiefs game, sharing what seemed like a tender moment. But fans couldn't help but notice one small detail, Kelce's hand, right near Swift's midsection. And just like that, social media went wild. Fans started to speculate, was this a hidden pregnancy announcement? Are Swift and Kelce expecting? The rumors took off like a touchdown run from Travis himself. Now, it's easy to see how these things can get out of hand. One photo, a hand in the wrong place, and boom, suddenly you've got half the internet convinced that Taylor Swift is expecting. But let's take a step back for a moment, look closer. In that very same photo, Swift is holding what looks like an alcoholic drink. Now, anyone with common sense knows that's not exactly what you'd expect from someone who's pregnant, right? Unless we're dealing with some kind of new celebrity trend, we're expecting moms sip cocktails at public events. Besides, would you want millions of people speculating about your stomach just because someone's hand happened to be in the wrong spot? Yeah, didn't think so. But beyond the rumor, this raises an interesting question. Why are we so obsessed with celebrity relationships? What is it about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce that gets people talking? They're from two completely different worlds. One's a music icon with a net worth of $1.6 billion, and the other's a Super Bowl winning tight end. So why are we so captivated? Maybe it's because we love seeing worlds collide. Sports and pop culture, they represent different kinds of power, influence, and fame. When those two forces come together, it creates this magnetic energy. Fans are invested, because in a way, it feels like two different fantasies merging into one. And let's not forget celebrities like Swift and Kelce live in a fishbowl. Every move they make is magnified 1,000 times over, and the lines between what's real and what's speculation blur very quickly. But let's not forget, they're human too. Imagine being in the spotlight where people analyze every part of your personal life. One day it's a hand on a stomach, the next it's a worldwide rumor about pregnancy. And it's not just harmless fun. This kind of speculation can take a toll on anyone, even someone as famous as Swift. Celebrity life can come with massive benefits, but it also means every private moment becomes public conversation. And it's not just harmless fun. This kind of speculation can take a toll on anyone, even someone as famous as Swift. Celebrity life can come with massive benefits, but it also means every private moment becomes public conversation. But are we done with the Taylor and Travis rumors? Not even close. Let's talk about where they were last seen and what that could mean for their relationship. Stay with me. The Dallas Cowboys have been on a journey this season. Their offensive line, which started off shaky, has really stepped up. In the past few games, they've gone from allowing 3 sacks per game to just 3 sacks total in their last 2 games. That's impressive. But this week, things are about to get a whole lot tougher. Aiden Hutchinson. The name alone strikes fear into opposing quarterbacks. With 6.5 sacks on the season already, this guy is a force to be reckoned with. He had 4.5 of those sacks in a single game against Tampa Bay, and he's hungry for more. If you're Dak Prescott, you've got to be thinking about how to get rid of that ball fast. And here's where things get dicey for the Cowboys. They've been improving, yes, but Hutchinson is not your average pass rusher. He's relentless, explosive, and can change the course of a game all by himself. Terrence Steele, who did a solid job holding off TJ Watt a couple of weeks ago, will once again be tested. Of course, that's what every Cowboys fan hopes happens to Hutchinson. But something tells me he's not tripping anytime soon. The key for the Cowboys? Time. If Dak Prescott has enough time in the pocket, they can run their offense smoothly, move the ball, and put up points. But if Hutchinson gets through, it's going to be a long, painful day for Dallas fans. This isn't just about one game. It's about showing that the Cowboys can hold their own against the best pass rushers in the league. The stakes are high, and every play will count. One mistake, and Hutchinson will be all over Dak Prescott. So, can Dallas stand strong, or will they crumble under the pressure? We're about to find out. But before we get into the game predictions, let's talk about the coaching drama that's brewing in Jacksonville. Doug Peterson's seat is getting hotter by the minute. Let's be real for a moment. Coaching in the NFL is one of the most high-stakes jobs out there. You can go from hero to zero in the blink of an eye. And right now, Doug Peterson is dangerously close to hitting that zero mark after a humiliating 3-5-1-6 blowout loss to the Bears. Fans are calling for his head. The Jaguars came into this season with sky-high expectations. They gave Trevor Lawrence a massive $275 million contract and expected big things. But here we are, 6 weeks in, and the Jaguars are 1-5. Not exactly the start they were hoping for. Now, here's the kicker. Jacksonville is playing back-to-back games in London, and many believe this stretch will decide Peterson's future. If they lose again, especially after that embarrassing loss to the Bears, Pedersen could be out. And let's not forget Robert Saleh was fired after the Jets' London game loss last week. Could Doug Pedersen be next? Maybe Pedersen should just stay in London and enjoy the fish and chips. The real issue here isn't just Pedersen. The Jaguars are young, and they've been struggling to find their identity. But is firing the head coach really the answer? Or will it create even more instability for a team that's already on shaky ground? It's decision time for the Jaguars. Keep Pedersen and hope for a turnaround, or cut him loose and start fresh. The clock is ticking, and the next few games could determine everything. A once proud franchise now stumbling its way through another rough season. And this moment right here, the viral shove from Maxx Crosby to Raiders linebackers coach Mike Caldwell, this is where the headline started. To an outsider, this looks like a frustrated player taking his anger out on his coach. The Raiders had just lost to the Steelers in a 3-2-1-3 blowout. Their record stands at 2-4, and it's safe to say things aren't looking good. But let's take a closer look at what's really happening. Maxx Crosby wasted no time clearing the air. He took to social media, writing, "Mike Caldwell is my guy. One of the best people in the business. That's a love push. Stop reaching so." Was this really just a misunderstanding? A friendly push between two competitive spirits? But here's where things get interesting. This isn't just about a single moment of frustration. It's about a deeper problem within the Raiders. Just a few weeks ago, former NFL GM Michael Lombardi went on the Pat McAfee show and called out the Raiders, suggesting that Maxx Crosby's absence from the Cleveland Browns game had something to do with dysfunction in the locker room. Lombardi speculated that Crosby was nursing a hamstring injury and hinted that all was not well within the Raiders camp. Of course, Crosby fired back, calling Lombardi a clown for making these claims. Now, we've all seen players defend their teams, but this back and forth got pretty heated. The Raiders are already struggling, and when you've got people outside the organization fanning the flames, it only adds to the pressure. So, what's the real story behind the Raiders' problems? Are we seeing cracks in the foundation? Or is this just a case of media speculation blowing things out of proportion? We'll dig deeper into that in just a moment. Let's turn our attention to Cleveland, where the situation is just as dire, if not worse. Deshaun Watson, the man with the $230 million fully guaranteed contract, is underperforming in a way that has Browns fans pulling their hair out. The Browns have now lost their 5th game of the season, and Watson's performances are far from what the team expected. In their latest loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, Watson completed just 16 of 23 passes for 168 yards, no touchdowns, no spark, and fans are fed up. Fans are asking the same question over and over. Why is Watson still in the lineup? And honestly, it's a valid question. His numbers are way below expectations. Through 6 games, he hasn't thrown for over 200 passing yards once. That's a problem. But here's the catch. Watson's massive contract makes benching him nearly impossible. The Browns are stuck. They gave him $230 million guaranteed, which means even if he's playing poorly, they're on the hook for every single dollar. And it's not just the money. The Browns traded 6 draft picks, including 3 first-rounders, to bring Watson in. Talk about all in. But now, they're stuck with a quarterback who isn't performing and a fan base that's rapidly losing patience. So it is for today. So like, comment, and subscribe the channel if you a NFL fan. Peace.